What's up? It's Iceman, hooking you guys up with a nice cold video, and today guys I want to bring you a commentary talking all about replacing old hobbies with new ones. Now, in one of my recent videos, I talked about how I quit smoking cigarettes and how my appetite was starting to increase. Well, with that being the way it is, I've been getting kind of, a little worried about gaining weight, and one thing I've never wanted to do was, gain weight to where, it affected my life or, made me think, I just don't want to become obese. That's the best way to say it. I don't want to become fat, okay? And so I'm going to do what I can to keep that from happening, and my dad has been riding bikes for about a little over a year now in charity events, and back in July he rode a bike from Cleveland, Ohio to Cincinnati, Ohio, and anybody who lives in Ohio or knows the area knows that that's a pretty big distance, especially for a bike, and that is a lot of dedication and a lot of training he had to do to complete that bike ride. I think the second day he had to ride a bike over, I think it was around 100 miles, maybe a little over 100 miles. I mean, a bike for 100 miles, man, I don't even like driving 100 miles, let alone riding a bike 100 miles. But, so that's, I look up to him for that. That's pretty inspiring, if you ask me, considering, I broke my leg back in 2007, haven't really been the most active person I could be. I actually lost a lot of weight. At 16, I weighed more than I do now at 22. But that is because my metabolism is so fast that when I was so inactive from, letting my leg heal, and when after I broke it, that instead of gaining weight, I was losing weight. And when I broke my leg, I broke it so bad, guys, that they had to replace they took out the bone marrow, they drained it out, they had to replace all that space in there with a metal rod, and they screwed it in place, and so now I have a metal rod inside my bone in my shin, which is pretty freaking insane if you ask me, because in the winter it sucks because it becomes really, really annoying and achy. But that's the only way they could heal my leg, they said, so they had to do surgery, and it was like surgery they had to do right away. I had to do it the next day after I broke my leg, and it was pretty intense. But so 16, broke my leg, haven't really been active since, so getting on a bike is something, it's been kind of, something I had to, get myself into. So Labor Day, I rode my bike 26 miles. I had a Trek. It's a Trek, I think it's a one series. I don't know. It was my dad's first, but he's got a 4 series now. But the bike I have, you can literally pick up with your pinky, guys. It's so light. I'll get a video for it. You can literally pick it up with your pinky. That's how light it is. It's got an aluminum frame. My dad's bike has actually got a carbon fiber frame, which is pretty neat. But so these bikes are super light. They're made for things like this. The only thing that's not made for stuff like this are the seats. The seats, guys, they're so freaking thin and so small. They just kind of go up your butt crack. No homo, but it's true. Like, I rode this bike on Labor Day, and my ass hurt so bad after that bike ride. Dude, I couldn't even wipe my butt without feeling the pain. I mean, just the pressure of the toilet paper going against my butt, it hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt. I would never want. I couldn't imagine. Sorry if you're gay, but I couldn't imagine being gay and taking it up the butt. That's just not something like. And the pain just sounds unbearable compared to like just sitting on a seat. I couldn't imagine something actually going up in there. But anyway, back on topic. Let's talk about replacing old hobbies with new ones. So as I said, I started riding bikes, and then the Saturday after Labor Day, last Saturday, my dad asked me to do a bike race with him, and it was a little 30-mile bike race. It took place in Arkansas, Ohio. It's called the Tour de Donut, and it's like I said, 30 miles, so it's not nothing too extreme. But for me, not riding a bike except for one time since I was 16, because prior to being 16, I rode bikes all the time. But just to get on that and do that, it was kind of tough for me. I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, it's something I want to condition my body for, and I want to get really into it, and continue to ride bikes. I'm actually gonna continue to ride bikes. I decided to go. I'm going on a bike ride with them tomorrow, I think. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going on a bike ride with them. Gonna ride from one town to another and back. And it's cool because, sorry, I'm yawning. And it's cool because I get to share this experience with my dad, who I'd never really had a relationship with growing up because we were always butting heads and disagreeing on things. So now I get to share these experiences with my dad, and I really do actually look up to him. He probably doesn't know it, but I do look up to my dad for the things he did. I wish I wasn't such a dick growing up, and I wish I wasn't so selfish growing up and didn't, see the things the way I did, because to me, I felt like the world was against me when the whole time I'm just a little speck in the world. It's like I'm just dust compared to the world. I ain't nothing. Changing the world is impossible, and that's always, something I thought I could do, was change the world and make it the way I want it. But you can't. You can't. Odds are, like, it takes more than one person to change anything going on in the world, and that's what I've learned since, what? So now I just want to, help who I can when I can, and, entertain who I can when I can, because that is something I've always wanted to do as well. Ever since I was young, I wanted to be an entertainer. I always wanted to make people laugh. Always wanted to, pique people's interest. So, like I said, guys, hobbies, gotta replace them. If you lose one, you gotta replace it with another. There's nothing wrong with having more than one hobby either. One thing I've found in life is the more hobbies, the better, because hobbies do keep the mind sane, and they do keep the mind in place. But anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoy the commentary. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button. If you guys like the video, hit the like button as well. Peace.